here's what's crazy. Bitcoin's been bouncing around that $95,000 to $100,000 mark for like, it feels like an eternity, right? Despite that, Bitcoin miners are growing their share of network hash rate. The companies grew their share of Bitcoin network to about 29% in January from around 20% a year ago. Bitcoin miners listed in the US are growing their share of the network hash rate, and said in the report on Monday. The hash rate refers to the total combined computational power used to mine and process transactions on a proof of work blockchain, and is a proxy for competition in the industry and mining difficulty. Quote, US listed Bitcoin miners are increasing their share of network hash rate, leveraging access to capital, land, and power. Analysts led by Quantum Shine wrote. Okay, so these companies grew their share of the Bitcoin network to around 90 or 29% in January from about 20% a year ago. Adding that, large miners aggressively expanded their hash rates in 2024. Obviously, everybody is expecting the same outcome. Here's where I always get a little nervous, by the way. If everybody sees the pattern, nobody can capitalize on the pattern. Meaning we all know about the halving pattern now. Like, it's not a secret. And that means that essentially if everybody knows about a bull market, nobody knows about a bull market. Now, there is the flip side to that, which says if everybody's expecting a bull market, everybody's going to just naturally manifest the bull market because everybody's going to put money in. But it also means that the bull market's going to come and go faster than it has in the past. Right? So they also said, they went over the earnings reports and all of that. What's really interesting is that we've had a huge increase in hash rate here recently. And I want to talk about this one. I did forget about that one. All right. So here's another interesting part. We've had a lot of discussion in the past of Bitcoin mining not creating jobs. Right? Everybody says, oh, it doesn't use that many things. We don't need that many people for Bitcoin mining. You just set the rigs up and forget about it. We're quickly learning that's not true. And why are we learning that's not true? Well, there's maintenance on these rigs that has to be done. There's 24/7 monitoring that has to be done. It increases, obviously, profitability within the IT sectors for cryptocurrency. And the data center infrastructure side for cryptocurrency, it's creating jobs. Now, is this a lot of jobs? Not necessarily, but it is quite a few. So let's take a look. It's apparently about 31,000 jobs. It says, quote, Bitcoin mining companies serve as important employers and taxpayers in their local communities, end quote, the report said on US Bitcoin. The Bitcoin mining industry has already created over 31,000 jobs in the United States, both directly through mining operations and indirectly through supporting industries despite being in the sector, a recently published report found. According to a study conducted by Perryman Group and published by blockchain advocacy organizations Texas Blockchain Council and the Digital Chamber, 12 U.S. states account for the majority of Bitcoin mining activity in the country. Texas had the most jobs created by mining of those 12 states, with over 12,200 jobs created as a direct result of Bitcoin mining in industries that support the mining sector. The report also found that mining activities generated more than $4.1 billion in gross domestic product annually and supported local energy utility infrastructure by acting as a load balancing resource for the electrical grid. Mining infrastructure has taken on new importance following earlier statements from President Trump about the U.S. dominating the mining industry and developing electrical infrastructure for mining and AI data centers to remain competitive on the global stage. We got a really cool chart here as well, showing the employment by state, with Georgia having over 2,000 people, Kentucky having over 600, North Carolina having over 400, North Dakota having over 1,500 jobs, Nebraska having 400, New York having 1,600 jobs, Ohio having 300 or over 300, Pennsylvania having 1,200, South Carolina having 184, Tennessee having 636, Texas having 12,219, Washington have 134, and the rest of the U.S. is about 9,230 jobs just in Bitcoin mining. That doesn't include, of course, the larger crypto sector. During the 2024 presidential campaign in the United States, then candidate Trump repeatedly talked about making the U.S. the crypto capital of the planet and establishing dominance in the AI sector as a matter of national security. Both applications of high-performance computing require significant energy input and additional infrastructure, which President Trump said is a national priority. Trump also added, quote, "We will have power plants built at these sites. We will be releasing people from certain ridiculous requirements, and we will be focusing or using fossil fuels to make electricity because we are going to have to. We'll be also using nuclear." According to President Trump, dominance in the mining and AI sector requires at least double the amount of energy currently produced in the United States. The high energy requirements have spurred tech companies and mining firms to explore alternative forms of renewable energy generation, such as nuclear power. In October, Google signed a deal with KAS Power, a nuclear power engineering company, to develop a small-scale nuclear reactor for its AI operations and bring the project online by 2030. Small-scale nuclear reactors are an emerging technology that allow for nuclear reactors to be built on-site and inside of facilities. These small-scale nuclear reactors are small enough to fit in an 18-wheel truck. So there you go, boys, for your mining shed at home. Put on your purchase list, on your buying list, by the way, a small at-home nuclear reactor. There you go. I hope you enjoyed this clip from the Crypto Mining Show. If you would like to see more from this particular episode, take a look up here. Don't forget to also subscribe to the channel. And if you want to support me directly, you can go to sonofatech.locals.com and become a member. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next Tuesday.